This video is footage of our basic sprint cycle. I'm going to show it to you first so you can see it. It incorporates what we call the thigh pop initially, where we work on driving the thigh, keeping the ankle neutral, slightly dorsiflexed, bouncing off the ball of the foot, and then next to our butt kick. You notice in our butt kicker that we do not hold the knee artificially down. We allow the knee to rise up and the heel to strike beneath the buttocks, never behind the buttocks. Then we move into what we call our small scissor run. It's basically a stiff-legged run, almost like doing a thigh pop, but this time the legs are stiff and the athlete is trying to hit through the hips. Then we go with our large scissor, where it's just simply a big step with the straight legs. Then we go into our fast leg series, where it's a combination basically of the previous movements, where we work on cycling the leg up, and you can go in various permutations. In this one here, we show Jasmine doing an alternate double series. And you can do any way you want. You can do triples, singles, alternating, continuous. You are limited by your own imagination. So really quickly, let's go back over them again. Thigh pop. In this case, the concept is to advance the thigh, driving it forward. We're making no attempt to leave the ankle behind in this case. We want to leave the ankle relatively neutral, as you can see, and then we're going to work on bouncing off the ball of the foot. Our next movement from there will, of course, be the butt kick. As you can see, we are making no attempt to artificially hold the knee down, because that does not occur in any athletic running, sprinting movement. But instead, we allow the knee to rise up, almost like doing a high knee, and you're going to see the thigh will reach almost a perpendicular angle relative to the lower leg. In this case, sometimes might even get a little higher. And I'm trying to, or the athlete in this case, is trying to drive the heel beneath the buttocks in this case. So we're trying to kick the butt from below. Never do we wish to bring the knee or hold the knee down so we can swing the leg behind the buttocks. That is always a mistake. And then we go into what we call our scissor run, where the athlete is moving the legs relatively straight, keeping the ankle locked again. We do not try to run on the tippy toes or the heels, obviously. And the legs are relatively straight, as you can see. And what the athlete's trying to do is pull through the hip. Will the knee bend? Of course it will, but we're trying our best to keep the hips as high as possible and to keep the leg angle as straight as possible at the knee. So we're trying to not have any leakage at the knee by letting the knee collapse. So this is our movement here, where we're keeping the body tall, the hips high. And then we do the same movement, again, this time with a large step, where again, we're swinging from the hips, and we're trying our best to keep the legs as straight as possible and to keep the knee angle at or above 150 degrees, as you can see here. We do not want the knee to bend too much to the point where the athlete's hips sink. Then, of course, last but not least, we work into our our fast leg movement, where the drop leg is straight and the swinging leg, in this case, comes up, and we execute essentially the combination of the previous movements, where you're taking the butt kick movement up and over. We're cycling the leg up and over the opposite knee. We're driving the thigh up as high as we possibly can to the front. So we're trying to get the thigh angle high. So if I look at the spine is here, I want the thigh to be higher than perpendicular in this case. So if I were to take an angle and measure it from here, and let me give you another line here to make it a little bit easier to see. If we go down from the ear to the hip and we measure, and then we measure out from here, we're going to be less than 90 degrees, which is what we want. Cycle the leg up and over and drive down and hit beneath the hips, obviously slightly in front, otherwise you couldn't move forward. and then we cycle up and over, and we're trying to strike with, again, with a relatively straight leg. And again, we can combine it in many ways from there. So that's our basic sprint cycle.